Beautiful to see you all. We're continuing in our month of the feminine, the divine feminine. I'm going to say tonight, I spent some time again meditating, but also reading from someone who's thought about this a lot. There is a website on the web which I invite everyone here to look at because it is about Buddhism and the divine feminine and ecology. It's a Buddhism focused on ecology, and it's called One Earth Sangha. And if any of you hear the dedication of merit, I frequently do at the end. That's the dedication of merit from One Earth Sangha. So it's a great place. The interview is with a woman named Thanissara, who is a practitioner. And I don't know a whole lot about her, but I've enjoyed reading the article. It's in 2 parts. And it's available on One Earth Sangha if you'd like to read it. I would strongly recommend it. So, she had spent a lot of time focusing and thinking about these things because of her practice. And she said something that someone had said in here last week very profoundly and very wisely, that femininity is not defined by gender. So that invites me to look at that as something separate from gender. I know I took a Jungian test and it labeled me as half and half feminine and half masculine. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a guy. But according to this test and all the traits, and so, but by gender, I'm definitely male. You know, I know that. I shower every day. It's pretty apparent. And I do have other traits. I mean, there are some things in me that are quite feminine, and there are things I treasure, actually, so I hold on to them. A story that she had spent some time on and that I'd read before is, if you know the story of the Buddha, at first he was very wealthy and sheltered, and then he decided to become an ascetic and practice Hinduism, a type of Hinduism where you starve yourself. So he was not eating with the idea of attaining awakening through starvation. He was pretty close to the point of death when he saw this woman, and I'm going to read her name. Her name was Sujata, and Sujata gave him rice milk and he drank it. And when he chose to drink that had as much to do with his enlightenment as anything else did. Because he said, he realized that decadence and being sheltered was not the way to freedom, to liberation, to awakening. And now he knows that starvation and asceticism is not the way to awakening. So he chose that middle path. And by accepting that milk, he was also accepting the feminine nature of his practice. Another beautiful thing is that honoring the sacred feminine and incorporating it into practice would make Buddhism whole. It would make Buddhism complete, because Buddhism as it is now is a patriarchal structure. But if we embrace that, Buddhism becomes a whole as opposed to a part. And it does that for all religions. If Christianity and Islam and Hinduism and all these religions we have that are very patriarchal embrace that, then they too can become whole. A lot of practices that connect us with our body, connect us with that energy that thrives within us. And I took all these notes and go, how am I going to keep them together? But now they're finally synthesized without thinking. So I'll accept that as a gift today. Wonderfully, when we just are with our body, we feel that essence that is just life that emanates from everything. And for the past 4,000 years or more, our cultures have turned the world into a product, have turned the world into a place devoid of soul devoid of spirit. When we go into our bodies and into our breathing and go deeply into that, we can go into that place where there is soul in everything. She had made a few amazing quotes that I want to go into in the first part of this article, and I haven't read the second part yet. And stuff which really just rang true with me. She had said, sometimes compassion is considered weak, but to withstand hatred and turn it around into clarity and careful consideration takes far more strength than the use of violence. And this is true from my experience. There are times I have felt weak because of the kind of job I do and the choosing to be compassionate, and my head will tell me I need to be more aggressive. And that's not a choice I'd ever made. I always continued to be more compassionate. As a fact, I'm as compassionate as I try to be now. I need to be more compassionate. It is more the way. She also says, either we learn to enter a respectful relationship with the earth, to live sustainably, and to negotiate careful international relationships, or we must prepare for the appalling impact of a warming biosphere, increasing desertification, extreme weather events, resource wars, continued mass migrations, and the likely collapse of human civilization. So it's pressing that we learn these things. When asked what she thought the source of the sacred feminine was, whether it was a domain of the heart or the mind or the earth, she had said, I suppose I would say primarily it is of the earth, which is the Great Mother. She nourishes us all. For First Nation people and those living within a shamanic perspective where consciousness is understood as immanent within all life forms, the earth is sentient, deeply intelligent, and conscious. And I can say I have had moments in meditation where I've sensed it. I've sensed the consciousness that is in everything. And that's why I'm very slow. You know, if someone were to say, oh, your truck is conscious, I'm like, I would say, yeah. I mean, I can make an argument it's not, but I can make just as much of an argument that there is a consciousness in that vehicle. It's all based on relationship. So I was grateful for this read, and the only thing that makes me sad is just how I don't just grasp it naturally. I have to make an effort. I have to sit and breathe with it. And I did. So it's good. Today I want to do a meditation which focuses on the body. So I'm taking it from the Recovery Dharma book, and it starts with a basic meditation, and then it goes into awareness of body. So if you'd like to take a moment. Sit in a comfortable but attentive posture, allowing your back to be straight but not too rigid or stiff. Feel your head balanced on your shoulders. Allow your face and jaw to relax. With arms and hands resting in a comfortable position. Be attentive to what's happening with your own awareness right here and right now, without judgment. As you sit, begin to notice the sensations of breath. Pay attention for a moment to how your abdomen moves on each in-breath and out-breath, the movement of air through your nostrils, the slight movement of your chest and shoulders. Find the spot in your body where the sensation of breathing is most vivid, whether it be your abdomen or your chest or your shoulders, or the movement of air through your nostrils. See how fully aware you can be of your whole cycle of breathing, recognizing that each part of the cycle is different from the other part. You will notice your attention shifting away from the breath and from the body from time to time. It's perfectly normal for your thoughts to wander into fantasies or memories, worries, or things you need to do. When you notice your mind has wandered, try to meet it with a spirit of friendliness. You don't need to do anything about it. There is nothing to fix. Rather than force it, just try to allow yourself to become curious about what it's like to be breathing right now. And you'll find that the attention is naturally drawn back to the physical sensations of breath as it moves through your body. Stay alert, relaxed, and above all, compassionate as you maintain awareness of where the mind goes. Each time you notice the mind has been distracted or has wandered, gently shift your awareness back to sensations of breath. Notice the tendency to want to control your breathing. Let the quality of attention be light and easy, one of simply observing and noticing. You don't need to control the duration, intensity, pace, or the pause between each breath. Just be present. You may notice your attention shifting to body sensations, coolness or warmth, the pressure of your seat on the chair or cushion, maybe achiness, discomfort, or tension. As you become aware of each sensation, notice precisely where it is in the body. Try to notice it in its fullness, how your experience is in this moment with the actual physical sensation of pressure, throbbing, warmth, pooling, or tingling, without judgment or labels. Just notice that it's possible to stay for a moment longer with that sensation, experienced as pure sensation, without the labels of good or bad, pleasure or unpleasurable. Can you stay with the experience without having to react to it? Just for this moment, be curious about it. How big is it? Does the sensation have a texture or weight? What quality does it have? How is it changing over time? If there is a strong feeling of physical discomfort that is making it hard to stay focused on the breath, pause before acting on the impulse to move. Bring full awareness to the feeling, and once you're aware of where that is and understand your intention to change the discomfort, move with full mindfulness of your action. As this meditation comes to an end, recognize that you spent this time intentionally aware of your moment-to-moment experience, building the capacity for opening the senses to the vividness, to the change, to the aliveness of the present moment, expanding your skill to be curious about and open to whatever presents itself without judgment, in your mind, in your body, in your breath, in this moment right now. Then, whenever you're ready, allow your eyes to open and gently bring your attention back to the space you're in. Okay. Want to be comfortable for dedication of merit? May all places be held sacred. May all beings be cherished. May all injustices of oppression and devaluation be fully righted, remedied, and healed. May all who are captured by hatred be freed to the love that is our birthright. May all who are bound by fear discover the safety of understanding. May all who are weighed down by grief be given over to the joy of being. May all who are lost in delusion find a home on the path of wisdom. May all wounds to forest, rivers, deserts, oceans, all wounds to Mother Earth be lovingly restored to bountiful health. May all beings everywhere delight in whale song, bird song, and blue sky. May all beings abide in peace and well-being, awaken and be free. Namaste.